Hi everybody, today we'll be taking a look at this shot, which was in a fan film sent to us by Odog Omc and discussed in a previous video, and trying to improve upon it, make a slightly better version. So the first thing we needed to do was get a TIE fighter to be the actor in our shot, and this one was created by an artist on Sketchfab, which we got for free, and you can obtain it in a link in the description. Then we got our camera all lined up and made sure that we had the correct framing, made it look like it was in a good position so that when we go ahead later to animate it, we have a good starting point. So then we wanted to get some lighting into the shot so that we could have a good look at what they would look like in the final shot. And we used directional lights to get a sort of harsh sunlight effect, along with an HDRI to get some nicer reflections. And then we tweaked the color to be a little bit more green to match the shot a bit better. Now comes the time to make the planets. Now the planets in the original shot were actually quite good looking, so we're not going to bother too much trying to get the textures looking significantly better than they did in the original, but we wanted to get the lighting right and the glow sort of effects looking quite nice. So this is me just putting those planets into position, getting them all lined up so that they look nice compositionally in the shot. So now it's time to put some textures on the planets, and for that I used a high resolution texture of Earth combined with a texture of Mars to replace the oceans. That was done by using the specularity map for the Earth textures as a mask for the Mars texture. I then tweaked the color of the Mars texture to make it blend in better with the Earth texture and add that hint of green which I wanted in this shot. Now I'm adjusting the position, rotation, and lighting on the planets to make it look a bit nicer and to make the three different planets look a bit different. I also tweaked the color of the smaller planets to make them look distinct from the larger planet. Once that was all done, I rendered out a single image of the planets with a transparent background that I could use to work out the final look of the shot. I used the alpha channel of the rendered image to create a nice atmospheric glow along the edges of the planet, along with various other glow effects to create a nice ambience. I then added a star texture in the background to make it look like it was in space, and then added the TIE fighter on top with a little bit of color tweaking to make it blend better into the shot. Now to create the lens flare. So basically I mirrored the image upside down and then back to front, and then blurred it right out, multiplied it against a lens texture, and then you get this really nice simple lens flare effect. So now I'm just going to make some minor adjustments to the lighting so that it looks better in the look development composition that we've already created. And once we're done with that and it looks good, which it now does I believe, we can go ahead and get stuck into the animation. So now that we're happy with the animation, it's time to do a little bit of preparation. Using this HDRI background, which I find quite good for tracking as it has lots of points of interest, I rendered out the background so that I could track that background in the compositing software and use it to place some simple star textures on the background and get that same movement, but with much higher resolution star images. And it allows me to change what texture is on the background without having to re-render everything all over again. Once we're happy with the look and movement of the background, we add the render passes of the TIE fighter and the planets, and then put some minor filters over the entire thing so that it blends together, particularly glow and grain, and then the whole thing is done. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video and consider subscribing. We're hoping to turn the VFX remastering and feedback videos into series, so if you have anything that you're proud of and you would like us to have a look at it, please do send it through. It does not have to be Star Wars related. Thanks again to all of you for your support, and we look forward to seeing you next time.